What is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, joined by Righteous Reg, and we are here for AEW Grand Slam Mexico. Reg, how are you?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, Righteous Ranch for a second there, Righteous Reg, Media Man, Denise. What a super fun show we got to watch here, AEW in Mexico. Everybody was on fire. The crowd was lit from immediate. As soon as they were like, we're live, they didn't stop screaming the whole time. A great show. I'm so sad, have FOMO that I did not go to the show.
I have FOMO that I didn't go to this show. I have FOMO. I didn't even want the show to end. By the time we got to the main event,
it was flying.
I was sad. I was like, damn, no, that's it. It's over. There's nothing like the first time. And the first time here in Mexico, I mean, come on, I didn't want it to end.
Listen, after watching 2 back-to-back 4-hour weeks of AEW, this is the most I've wanted to see 4 hours of AEW on a Wednesday. I was like, why wasn't this the 4-hour show? Because all of this was insane.
This should have been the 4-hour show, 100%. And the way that they did Dynamite today, by the way, was pretty much match. We had a couple, I think they did like maybe 2 or 3 little replay videos where they showed like, you know, whatever else had happened. And then they had like a video for Tony Storm. But for the most part, there were no backstage interviews. There was really none of that really went down on the show. So I kind of felt like they really kept the show moving with a lot of the action, almost like they do their pay-per-views.
Yeah, this legit felt like a pay-per-view. How are you describing it with the matches coming back to back? I think they just wanted to, with hearing how that crowd was, Denise, you don't want any moments to let them breathe, essentially. Just keep hitting them with fire, keep them going, because they are able to last as long as they can for the whole show. So you want to continue to give them what they want. They haven't ever been to Mexico, so you put everything that you have to them and give them the best show possible. This has to be a yearly thing now. Like, this was just amazing.
Dude, I was going to say, do it twice a year at this point. Like, come
Honestly.
on. Like, you don't have to wait like a whole ass year to come back. And I know right now it's a little bit harder to, you know, make those kinds of decisions. But I do think that given the show that they had today, I would say that this felt like a success to us from the fans' perspective. Yeah. Obviously, on the company side, I'm not, you know, too sure on that. But on the fan side of things, it felt like a success today. And you want to know why it felt like success to me? Because every single wrestler that came out today felt like a bigger star. Like if they're up here, you know, on a regular AEW, on this AEW, they were 10 levels above where they normally are at. Like the incredible reactions that we heard for Will Ospreay, for Swerve Strickland, for, of course, Mystico, that's different. But I'm talking about the AEW stars right now. The AEW people felt bigger than they normally do, I think.
The Swerve pop was crazy. Ospreay's pop was absolutely insane. To start the show, when Hangman came out, people were going absolutely nuts. Everybody seemed like they were, like Denise is saying, put on a different level. Like these guys are looked at as like super duper stars out there in Mexico, and getting receptions like that had to feel amazing for all these people.
Yeah, and I really wish I would have been at the show because, you know, I've gone to Arena Mexico, I've been at these shows, and I always find it so intriguing. How I felt when I first went is that you walk in and instantly, from the moment you get there, it's a totally different experience from anything that you're used to here in the United States. And even some places, you know, I've gone to go watch wrestling now in Scotland and London and all these other places, and each place kind of has something a little bit different. But I would feel like when I went to Mexico, it was the most the one that felt like there was the most culture. Like it felt so different. And one of the things that I was saying when we were doing our watch along that I kind of want to reiterate right now is the overall experience of going to Mexico, a Mexican show, is that when you get there, it's the whole vibe on the outside, it really feels like this wrestling dream market is what it feels like, because you have all of these stands with masks, with t-shirts, with action figures, and it's never ending. Like you go there, I've bought so much different merch when I've gone there, and it's insane. Like almost all the masks that I have here, I bought in Mexico, and I would find shirts that I didn't see before there. And so I felt like that's one of the things I wish they would have shown more in in this broadcast, and I know it's a little bit hard, but you know what I would have really loved for them to, and I don't know how possible or impossible this is. I actually would have loved, you know, when sometimes they do, I know WWE does this a lot where they start the camera from the outside of the building and they make their way in, kind of like what they did when they were in Puerto Rico when they did that. That
Yep.
was really cool. And I think that it really captures the essence of, hey, we're in someplace different. I really wish they would have done something like that for this particular show, because even though they had a little glimpse of it from the Tony Storm promo, I would have really loved for them to capture what it looks like on the outside, because it may not look like much, but that's the whole point. Like, I feel like the whole significance of Arena Mexico and just everything that they have there would have been really nice to capture. But the start of the show, even though it was kind of dark where the fans were at, you knew obviously the whole thing was full and stuff. But I love the shots of people with like the Mexican flag, and then they had, you know, the incorporation of AEW insignia. And it's a totally different environment. And the other thing, one of the things that I noticed when you go to these shows is that you got to understand, in Mexico, a lot of people that are tourists, they go to watch lucha, even if they're not wrestling fans, because lucha is a thing that you go. It's part of the experience of going to Mexico, right? So I'm curious to see like what the vibe was like what kind of a mixture of an audience was it for today. But it seemed like everybody knew who everybody was and they reacted to everything. And I just kind of felt like it was exactly the experience that I had when I went to CMLL, because that was I think I even sent you videos or I posted them on Twitter or something. And I was just like, dude, you need to hear this crowd.
Yeah.
Because the building traps the sound so nicely. So every reaction sounded 100 times more amplified than anything else. And so it really is a cool experience. And I feel like it came through today on the show.
Yeah, I think that's what separates Arena Mexico and Mexican wrestling from all the other wrestling that exists. When there's a big wrestling weekend in America, if there's a big WrestleMania, like we're bringing the wrestling to them. Like they're bringing the WWE, they're bringing all the indie stuff, they're bringing all this stuff. In Mexico, wrestling is there. The wrestling lives there. You're going to the wrestling. You're going to see the like you said, the merch stands outside. There's wrestling masks all over the place if you're walking around in Mexico. When you go to Arena Mexico, this is a wrestling venue. They created this so you can watch great wrestling there. And I think that was my only mark that I had on the show today is when you watch CMLL, a regular show, there's a camera in the crowd. They're getting reactions like almost every move. They're like, oh, what did the crowd think? What did the crowd think? And it wasn't, I don't even think they had a camera in the crowd like that this time.
They
That's
didn't have many crowd shots at all, Reg. Right. Actually, now that you bring that up, yeah, you're right. They didn't really do like any crowd reactions, which I would have loved to see because I think that was, you know, the whole point. Like we want to see what the audience is like.
Who's in there?
Shows. Yeah,
like we can hear them. I want to see what the people are that are saying these things, that are doing these things. That's the only mark I had that happened today. But yeah, I think that's what makes this so special is like wrestling lives here. So for those fans to be this excited for wrestling that's not theirs is even more amazing.
Dude, so I gave my tickets away for the show and I shared a picture of the fan who won the tickets, who won my ticket giveaway on Twitter. And I was looking at the seats and the view. And dude, I would have had a kick-ass view. Look at these seats, bro.
Oh my God.
This would have been my view at the show. Okay. So I got hella FOMO.
Yo, you would have been having you would have been right in the shit too, Denise. Yeah. They were alive out there. Damn.
I know. I hate myself. But it was too expensive to go. The flights were just way too much money. So it's like not going to be able to happen. But anyway, so we got this show. And before we dive into like what went down and all of that, I do want to go ahead and get into some of the super chats and see how everybody felt about the show, because it was a fun one. It was a special one. And I had been waiting forever to like see AEW go to Arena Mexico or just see them go to Mexico, period. So the fact that it finally happened, it took them long enough, honestly. We got John Taylor here who says, if you want to unleash your beast mortals and be money in bed, Blue Chew promo code Denise.
I see it. I hear it.
We also got Infamous Raider Loco, so freaking generous.
Let's go.
10 DWO memberships. Infamous
Let's
Raider Loco,
go.
man. You've been super cool tonight. Thank you so much, man.
Amazing. The best.
We got Luke Thornton here who says, super fun Grand Slam, but best moment of the night is Hanger's promo. Not only is he one of the best wrestlers ever, my champ, but it's rare for someone in his position to speak to a moment. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Thank you so much, Luke Thornton, for kicking us off with what kicked off the show today, which was Hangman Adam Page speaking in Spanish, guys. Speaking full promo. The whole promo was in Spanish. And look, if I had to rate Hangman Spanish on a scale of 1 to 10, I honestly got to give him like a 8.5, 9.
Damn, that's
honestly,
high.
I thought he did good. There was a couple of words that he like messed up here and there, but the effort that he put and how clear most of it came out, I'm like, I can't dock him points. There's no way. Like the fact that he went out there and he did this promo in Spanish, I think it really like earned the respect of people because he cared enough to put himself out there and speak in an entirely different language, which, let's be real, is terrifying to go cut a promo in your own damn language. Now imagine trying to do it in a second language that you don't speak often, and then in the actual country. Do you have any idea how scary that is?
That's hard. That's impossible. People try, international wrestlers come over to America and try, and they get what chance? They get booed. They get all the things. Like when the thing is reversed and someone tries to speak English, like wrestling fans don't even let them. So to see the difference in this was amazing. I didn't know what to expect to start the show, Denise. Like, how's AEW gonna like introduce that? Like, we're here, it's about to be this. I think having Hangman Adam Page, the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship, the guy that we've all for the last couple of weeks been like, this is the guy, he needs to be world champion, he needs to carry the flag for AEW in front of everyone else. To have him come, Denise, on your Mexican debut and cut a promo in Spanish and not only sell why the company's here, sell that you are going to take the AEW World Championship from Jon Moxley, but also have like some underlining, the world is on fucking fire and we need to stick together undertones in it. Like, I couldn't think of a better, more amazing way for them to start the show, a better way for Hangman to get more love and more stuff on him, because he was already out of here, Denise. But seeing him do this promo in full Spanish and it be relevant and it means something is crazy. He's out of here. He's gone. Like, he had to win the AEW World Championship earlier today and yesterday and last week, but now it's even more, dog. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking riot if this guy doesn't win the belt at All In.
Dude, don't even say that. Look, I know that I can sit here and say there's no way that Hangman would lose at All In, but it's also pro wrestling and card subject to change is wrestling 101. But I mean, dude, come on. I would write a Dear John letter to freaking Tony Khan if we didn't get Hangman winning at All In. And his promo, when you mentioned kind of like a little bit of the undertones, because he was basically saying, he was basically saying that he respects being there in Mexico. We're in Mexico, and he kind of talked about how he learned Spanish and his upbringing, and then he closed it off by saying that he loved the partnership between AEW and CMLL, because when you work together and when you unite, you are stronger, right? And you mentioned those undertones. I felt like even though he was talking about pro wrestling, it felt like it just hit harder because of everything else going in the world right now. So it was just a really great way to kick off the show. And I don't think anybody, I didn't know Hangman spoke Spanish. I had no idea.
No, but I wasn't surprised though, because like we keep Hangman, he's been on TV and wrestling for us for 10 plus years now. Like, we've known him for a long time, but he's still kind of peeling back the layers as to like who he is and what he represents beyond being the Hangman Adam Page character of a cowboy shit guy. You know what I mean? So like, for him to continuously do things like this and bust out things that are still peeling back the layer, it's just why people love him so much, Denise. Like, this guy is like the main character of AEW. It's like cliche to say at this time, but like, he's just becoming even more as the days go on.
Yeah, I know. I gotta tell you, I think Hangman climbed up my list a little bit more, and he was already
See?
up there, so I don't know how much higher he can get.
That's what I'm saying. Like he went to a different stratosphere with this one.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, Luke. We got Happy JJ, Tinky Winky Nudge Nudge, who says, fun fact, the CCO has the fastest Guinness World Record in solving the Rubik's Cube. He stood by his acute color blindness and won.
One. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried to solve a Rubik's Cube, by the way?
I have a lot of times, and I never have.
Yeah. You know, every time I think of the Rubik's Cube, I actually think of the movie The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Have you ever seen that movie?
Never seen it.
Reg, what's wrong with you?
I don't be watching them crybaby movies.
Reg, The Pursuit of Happiness is such a good movie. And there's a scene in there with the Rubik's Cube, and it always reminds me of that movie when I think of a Rubik's Cube.
I hate I'm like, is this movie gonna be sad? And everybody's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
But it's a good kind of sad, though.
No, I don't think there's a good kind of sad to me.
Reg, come on, you gotta watch it.
I can't. I don't want to.
What's the worst thing that can happen? You cry?
Yeah, I don't need to be crying.
I'm so upset that you're not going to watch The Pursuit of Happiness.
I'm never going to watch that.
Oh, I'm so upset. All right, we got District Fidel Francis. I'm literally upset. I love that movie. Okay, that movie's like taught me some life lessons.
Not gonna watch it.
We got Francis De Rochers, who says, after watching the entire show, we know who the true winner is. Beast Mortos for the win. BTW, really like the Salcedo podcast. You guys are the best.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching that. That was so fun.
It's certainly fun.
It was so funny because we were all talking about how Will talks so much. And it was even funnier because you know how, like, if you go back and you listen to the podcast, like, Will was sharing a million stories, right? So you texted me about that too. And the funny thing is, I got a text from Will that was 3 separate paragraphs, and it was him sharing a story that he forgot to share on the air. And he's like, oh, I forgot to tell you this. So he sent me 3 long paragraphs, and I'm like, I felt like texting you and saying, yo, Will is still talking. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
That is the most Will Washington thing ever. He's like, oh, I forgot to tell this. I have to still tell it, though, to Denise.
He did still tell me the story, and I was like, bro, I'm relaxing now. Let me watch some Gilmore Girls. Damn. But also some love to Beast Mortos, man. We were dude's the real winner. All right, he's a great wrestler, he's a lawyer, and
he's a men's 10. Don't forget,
he's a men's 10, and he's also landed Mercedes Moné. And I gotta tell you, I'm really shipping them. If they ever break up, I might shed a tear.
Damn, they gotta live forever. They gotta live happily ever after.
Yes, I agree. Like, ride. This is make it into a Disney movie. Oh, wait, it already is. All right. Dude, holy cow. Infamous Raider Loco, you seriously did not have to, but damn, you really did. And that is just so freaking cool. Thank you so much, man, for all of the support and love that you've sent throughout the entire night. He says, LFG with the Cali Connection post show, dope show, loving all wrestling in general. Have to kick it off to the dopest podcast combo ever. As far as the love goes, been Lil Bless Wrestling, so blessing Denise along with Reg was a must. They killing it like always. Much love and respect to you both. Dude, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Just thank you. This really goes a long.
You don't deserve these.
Yeah, this really
support
goes a long way. Everyone already knows this channel, and everybody here who works for it is funded by me, but I'm funded by the people. So that is just, everything that when it comes to the super chats goes to hosts, goes to editors, goes to pretty much everything that surrounds this channel. So thank you so freaking much. Thank you.
Amazing. The homie Infamous Raider Loco, always showing support, always helping further along the conversation. You just don't know how much this means. We really appreciate you.
Now Reg doesn't have to get paid with a hot dog and a handshake.
Man, I was like, damn, I'm eating dogs tonight? That's crazy.
No, so actually, you know what? Since Infamous Rare Loco shared this generous super chat, I want to share a quick story that I find funny. And I don't think it's something Reg and I have spoken about, but we kind of have like this funny ongoing bit
Oh yeah.
Have you even realized our bit, Reg?
I don't,
So
and it just became a thing. Like it wasn't on purpose. It just was a thing.
it just became a thing. So what was it, like several months ago? I don't even
Mhm.
remember when. So, well, for to break the fourth wall here, as soon as
Yeah.
we're done with the show, I pay Reg right away, right? Like I
Mhm.
pay Reg as soon as we're done with the show. But sometimes I forget. Okay, sometimes I
Mhm.
start uploading things, I start cutting clips, I do a bunch of shit. And the first
And I
time,
know.
yeah, the
Mhm.
first time I ever forgot to pay Reg messages me and he was like, "Hey, I could tell you were a little awkward to bring it up and say, hey, I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
been paid." And
Mhm.
I knew Reg felt a little awkward about it. And so I wrote back, like, "Oh, you're not being paid. You're going to get a hot dog and a handshake. Like,
Mhm.
that's what you're getting." So I sent you the hot dog and a handshake emoji. And I said, "That's your payment, right?"
Mhm.
So now every time if I forget to pay Reg after the show, Reg sends me the hot dog and a handshake emoji. And that's how I know, oh shit, I haven't paid Reg today for
I
this
don't have to
show.
say anything. I just have to send the handshake and the hot dog emoji, and like we're all good.
It's so funny
It
because
became a bit.
it became a bit, and like I know that it's awkward to go up to someone and say, "Hey, you
Mhm.
haven't paid me."
Hey, that money, and
So
sometimes
we
it's
have
like
a system now.
2 or 3 days, and I'm like, I know, like she's not doing this on purpose. She's not like keeping this money because she wants to. She just forgot, so I just have to be like, hey, Denise, remember, she has a lot
I
going on, you know.
know. And I'm
I don't
pretty
never hold it
good.
against you either,
Honestly, I was gonna
So
say I'm pretty good about like sending it to you like
definitely
right away. But there
all
are
the
times
time.
where I have forgotten.
Yeah, like it always comes at on time, but sometimes it's like, all right, let me just beep, beep, and then that's it. There you go, right there.
Or the time I just sent you the "you're fired."
I was like, okay, I'm just trying to
Oh
get
my
paid.
gosh, that's so funny.
But yeah,
All right, so we got Happy JJ. Thank you again, Infamous Rare Loco. We got Happy JJ here who says, what do IWC fans from Italy say? I read the dirt sheet.
I read out the dirt sheets.
Oh, I read the dirt sheets. I read the dirt sheets. Oh my God, that is
That is a good
so
one.
funny.
That's a good one. That's a good
That
one.
is so
Put
funny.
that one
I
in the
read
book.
the dirt sheets.
Put that one in the book.
Great. That's going to be the
1,000
new thing
joke
now.
book.
That's
Yes.
going to be the new thing. I
Mm-hmm.
read the dirt
I
sheets.
read
I'm
it
not
the
moving
dirt
on from
sheets.
this. Okay. I'm stuck here. From now
I'm
on,
not moving on from this.
no matter what we talk about, just know my brain is still on. I read the dirt sheets.
I'm not moving on from this. It's hella funny.
We got Infamous regular local here who says, I'll catch you the rest of the post show at work tomorrow. Safe trip, Denise. Enjoy your week. Thank you so much, man. Seriously.
Yes. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Sorry.
We got Happy JJ here who says, I'm sorry, it's joy like happy. Sorry. He says, I'm sorry, it's joy like happy, not J as in silent Bob.
Like happy, happy, joy, joy.
Wait, what did I say? JJ?
Maybe.
Happy JJ?
Happy, happy, JJ. Your brain could have been
Okay.
saying J.
Well, I told you guys, on StreamYard, I can't tell the difference between an O and an A. Happens all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Like to me, I see something and I have to get super, guys, I have glasses, so
Yeah, you're
I just
blind.
don't wear them. We got Dave Cost here who says, I love tonight's booking and the build for the ladies. The match was great. Hope Zeuxis is okay. Very scary. Emphasize Mone as an untouchable as it gets in canon. Tony only cares about one title. That story resonates distinctly. So let's talk about this match that we saw here with Zeuxis. I can't say the name, but Zeuxis and Mercedes Mone. So one of the things that I had thought about during this match was I had said that I felt like this match was pretty aggressive, but it wasn't in the sense that you imagine. Because usually when you talk about an aggressive match, it's more so that the girls are like, hard hitting and doing stuff. No, this one was aggressive in that the sense that the moves that they did just they looked sick. They looked sick. And there was
everything had an extra like on it.
Yes, exactly. And when Zeuxis hit the dive, she did this insane dive that almost felt like she just went head first. She looked like she was diving into a pool, essentially.
Yeah.
Except there's no water down there, baby. And she just went straight down, like head first. And
Smack.
I was so scared in that moment, but and even she kind of did like a little like she acknowledged that she was a
like,
little bit rocked
my
there.
coco.
Yeah. Oh my Coco. And the match kept going, obviously, and she looked fine from the looks of it. But it was a little bit of a scary moment. But Mercedes picked up the win here, and she now has 6 belts. After this, she couldn't even pose with all of them because they were
She had too
falling
many.
down. And then it was after this that we got the Toni Storm video package. Toni Storm came out and confronted her. We even saw Mina. And this was just I loved the Toni Storm video package because that was the one that they shot in black and white outside Arena Mexico. And she had at first I'm like, who is she? The Undertaker? Because she was like all dark with the hat and everything. But then it turns out she was like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah. Not too much Undertaker. When the lights came on, it was a lot of red. So I was like, oh yeah, Carmen Sandiego. Throwback. I thought this match was awesome. Mercedes has the thing that I love about this run and what she's done post WWE is like her matches could be so different, completely different with different opponents. This was just like Denise was describing, very aggressive. Each lady was really trying to win the match in a lot of points. Emphasis on the moves. There was one point Mercedes tried to come off the ropes into like a front flip, and Zeuxis caught her in midair, and she was upside down, turned her into like a gourd buster type thing. Insane, really worked between the two. There was a lot of like struggle, a lot of counters, a lot of things trying to figure out what the opponent is, which plays a big part in a lot of Mercedes matches. I thought the finish was sick too. Like Mercedes reversed like a power slam into like a flipping power slam to get the 3. Kind of an unexpected, not unexpected for me, but unexpected for the crowd victory. Seeing her in a match like this, kind of aggressive, especially when she has Toni Storm coming up, I think she has to show Toni and the world that she has a bunch of different styles. Like Toni's going to have to compete with. You're going to see this. You could see Japanese style Mercedes or American style Mercedes. There's so many different versions of what you could get in this match and just kind of throw her off her game. But Toni comes in at the end when Mercedes is up, looking like Ultimo Dragon with all of her belts, to kind of play those mind games again. She kind of smells her a little bit before she hits the German suplex. Great visual of her German suplexing her with all her belts flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Them just adding on to who can out mind game the other while the other has a great match. I think it's a really fun story of them telling up to the All In match.
No, I'm really digging what they've done so far. I feel like we've seen some new stuff from Mercedes, not just in the ring, but also just her interactions with Toni. She's kind of getting a little bit outside her comfort zone, I think. And that I've enjoyed that, man. Like this is a matchup that I'm looking forward to. I mean, God, we're gonna probably be seeing a visual of Mercedes with 7 belts.
Ooh, the CEO of all time. There's no one better. Whoever your favorite women's wrestler is, she is not better than Mercedes Mone.
You want to start beefing again, Reg? Do you want to start beefing again, Reg?
No, not me.
Okay, because I can get nasty.
I know you can. You're aggressive.
So, I mean, look, it was a fun night for that, and
Mina was there too.
Yeah, Mina just came out and she kind of had like a little, like she did a little wave and stuff.
That was
really it. Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, wait, what? Oh, yeah, because she's been kind of like friends with Toni Storm for a while now. So, okay, that makes sense. But, because she was distracting her. That's right. She was distracting her so that Toni can come from behind. No wonder. I was like, why didn't we just get the wave? Duh.
Like, what was she doing there?
Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. Dude, wow. Thank you so much, Dave. And,
Thanks,
dude,
Dave.
I don't even know what's happening today, but John, thank you so much, dude.
What are y'all?
I don't even know what to say. John says, homies like the infamous Raider Loco are why the DWO is the best community on YouTube and the internet. I also think he hacked my bank account, but that's okay. As long as the money gets to Denise and Reg. The pesos are raining down tonight. Viva la raza.
Let's go. Not only an amazing show that we all got to watch together, but then you guys are amazing too. Like, I don't even know sometimes. I'm like, who are you? What is this thing?
You know what, Reg? That's it. You got to do the rest of the show in Spanish.
I can't remember none of the words. You said pelon, that's one.
That's the only one you remember.
Cabeza, muertos.
No, I wasn't even teaching you muertos. I was teaching you mosca and mascara.
Oh, yeah. No, see, I can't.
I'm sorry, but we've had way too many
bad.
great super chats today that you cannot no longer continue the show in English.
I can't. It's too much pressure. It's hard to speak Spanish. As Hangman shows.
Fine then. How about this? I'll give you a sentence.
Okay.
Just say, muchas gracias a todos
Muchas gracias a todos.
a todos,
A todos.
a todos,
A todos.
por todo
Por todo.
el amor
El amor. That's a lot. Hold on.
que han dado.
Que han dado.
Muchas gracias a todos por todo el amor que han dado.
I can't even speak anymore. Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Muchas gracias a todos por todo el amor que han dado.
I'm like, if Denise is getting tongue-tied, how the fuck is I'm supposed to speak it?
I have to do it the whole thing or else I get stuck, okay?
I have to see it to read it. I can't just hear it and say it.
Okay, I don't know how to spell it. Just muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias
A todos.
a todos. A todos.
Por todo.
Por todo.
El amor.
El amor.
Que han dado.
Que han dado. Muchas gracias a tanto.
A todos.
A todos.
Por todo.
Por todo.
Lo que.
This is too much.
Han dado.
I can never learn
por
the
todo el amor que han dado. Sorry,
you don't even remember the thing.
My sentence. I forgot my sentence.
My God.
You literally just said thank you so much to everybody for all the support and love that you guys have given.
Yes, that's in Spanish. It's hard, man.
Wait, what the hell?
I want to learn it so I want that to be my life. Like, I know Spanish. What is wrong with you?
Someone just sent me this. It's a picture of Tony Khan. Like, but doesn't he kind of look like Luigi?
Oh, he does.
Right? Doesn't he look like Luigi?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Sorry, that distracted me. I was like, what the fuck is that, Luigi?
Oh, that is not Luigi. That's TK.
Oh, thank you so much, John. Seriously.
John.
I hope. Yeah, seriously, thank you.
Like a
good karma.
record.
Good
best,
karma.
Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
All right, we got Corey here who says, Denise, we're a family. Denise keeps saying that. We care about you guys, Denise and Reg. Believe in you and what you do, DWO fam. See, and at some point, Reg is going to be able to thank you guys all in Spanish.
I'm re-downloading Duolingo for all y'all asses.
Do.
You're dead. Everybody's dead. Next pod.
Thank you, Corey. We got Sal Cruz here who says, proud to be Van Nuys, Panorama City tonight. Shout out to Brody King. Yo, Brody King. Shout out to Brody King for having some balls, some courage to speak out and say what he thought about the BS that has been going down here. I was beyond thrilled to see Brody King speak out. When I saw that pop up on the internet, I was like, yes, thank you. Like, I was already a fan of Brody King. I feel like a much bigger fan of Brody King as we speak.
Knowing who Brody King is, I was 0% surprised. I was waiting for this to happen because I know what side he stands on and what he stands for, and I knew that was going to happen. An amazing dude, and I hope for much more success for him. He was awesome tonight.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be like, yo, Brody King, push him to the moon. Come on. You know what's funny? We were already talking about him being that guy that's always delivering, but doesn't seem to get like he doesn't get a kind of push like the one you see, a Hangman Page getting or, one of those guys, right? Like, he's just there. Like, he's seen as a good wrestler, but they don't do anything more beyond that. They should do more beyond that.
They totally should. He's amazing. He has a great look. The music. I keep talking. I saw a picture of him and his band, and I'm like, oh, let's get to it. Let's get to it soon. Eventually, they'll figure it all out, and I think Brody King's going to be that guy, but they need to hurry up.
Yeah, we got a happy, joy, tinky winky, nudge, who says, I'm referring to the AEW Unified title as the IC title because calling it the AEW International Continental title is way out of my super chat budget. Well, they are calling it the Unified title. It's not the AEW International Continental title. It's the Unified title.
The AEW International Continental title. That's so many words.
That sounds like a job position. What do you do for a living? Yes, I am AEW's International Continental Champion.
That's a lot of words. I'm kind of happy they went with Unified. Damn.
I'm actually a little bit upset. I think it should have been AEW International Continental Championship.
They can't even fit that on the damn belt.
We got Hassan Butler here who says, "What's good, California Connection? My thoughts. Leo Rush and Beast Mortos are underrated. Hangman reminded me of Narcos. Also, the Carmen Sandiego song is a bop." Yeah, I feel like Beast Mortos, he's somebody that even pre his Mercedes Moné days, we had been sitting here talking about how many times we wanted him to pick up some W's. So, he was part of the Continental Classic. Can't even remember if he got any wins during that.
I was trying to think earlier when he came out or when they had him in the ring with Ospreay. I was thinking like, damn, what did he do in the Continental Classic? Like, what was this match? Like, those thoughts came into my brain when I saw him on TV. I think like we were talking about on the watch along, Denise, this guy was a big story on TMZ. Like he's now in national news. He's now up in a different stratosphere. Like you're going to have to eventually do something about that.
Yes. I mean, hey, he was in the main event today.
That's true. Maybe they're starting already.
It's a start. Let's go. Come on, Mercedes. It was funny because someone left a comment on my Instagram and I forgot how exactly they worded it, but they said, I'm not usually for politicking, but I hope that this means that Beast Mortos gets that she politics for Beast Mortos to get some more opportunities. And I was like, you know what? I kind of agree with this comment. I'm also anti-politicking, but shit. You know what? Beast Mortos has been there paying his damn dues for a long ass time.
Mercedes gonna expose something crazy if this will start getting a push. I'm be like, damn, everything they were saying about your creative control is true. So you better walk a fine line over there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Come on, he deserves.
People are so crazy. He does deserve though.
We got John Taylor here who says it's me, Luigi, a Tony Khan. I mean. I can't. I'm not going to be able to unsee Tony Khan as Luigi. We got Happy JJ here who says Bailey commemorated Mercedes Moné with her purple hair. The CCO thought it was gray. He said, nice Storm impression.
Unbelievable. Because he doesn't see color. Unbelievable.
I didn't realize that she did the purple hair for Mercedes because she's done purple hair before.
Yeah, no, it just looked like when I saw her, I was like, oh, that looks like Mercedes hair. Not saying she did it because of that. She probably just likes purple.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, she's had purple for a while.
She likes purple.
We got Ben Sneffer here who says, kudos to Brody King and to the both of you for being good people. F ice. Let's fucking go. Sorry, I get crazy.
Yeah.
I get crazy. You can call me super crazy.
That's a fact. Super crazy. There it is. Full circle. We right back around to it.
Yeah, I heard super crazy was your crush, Reg.
Yeah, he is. He was my, like when I thought of all the Mexicools, I was like super crazy. The Theo, the one that looks the most like a Theo, that's the one that I like.
Yeah. I don't know why I had a crush on Psychosis, but I just did. He
had the hair. He was kind of lanky. There's something about him.
For me,
mysterious.
And I don't know what it is, but I love, oh God, this sounds so wrong, but I love like, how do I phrase this? I like guys that are very, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, there's guys that are like, pretty to look at, right? But then there's guys that got that ruggedness. They look like they'd fight a battle for you.
I thought you were like they're like a dog, like they're bark.
No one's dog.
I don't know.
What is this? A Vince McMahon Trish Stratus segment?
I don't know where the line was. I don't know what it was.
No, but I can't help it.
No judgment.
Right? I can't help it. All right.
Good on you.
I like I can't explain it. All right. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. Like I had a crush on Razor Ramon. Like what Razor Ramon has, that really manly kind of vibe,
Yeah. No, I hear you.
That's what I like.
You have a type.
Yeah, I do. All right. Let's go ahead and continue on. Let's get into the matches here. We had Adam Cole, Daniel Garcia, Brody King, Templario, Bandito, Atlantis and Atlantis Jr. versus Kyle Fletcher, Kanosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, Lance Archer, Volador Jr., Echiseto, and Dax Harwood. And no, I did not just name the entire AEW and CMLL roster. I swear to God, these were the people in this matchup here. And a fancy big win for Atlantis where he pinned Dax Harwood here after some nice, little back and forth chop fest between, not even between. I felt like Atlantis basically schooled Dax Harwood there.
Atlantis got him.
Yeah, but this was a fun, what was it, 10-man or was this a 12?
I think it might have been a 12-man. That's a lot of fucking guys.
Yeah. No, 7. Wait, 1, 2,
a 14-man tag?
5, 6, 7. Yeah, it was 7 versus 1,
Damn.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, a 14-man tag.
How am I counting 7 and 8 and 1?
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, never mind. It was 7
It's a
and 7.
14-man
I was
tag.
like, wait,
Okay.
why is there an extra guy on the other
Okay, I
team?
don't think that makes sense. But yeah, I thought this was a super fun way to, one, get a bunch of people on the card that deserve to have fun in Mexico. But two, beyond that, the crowd was hot for all of this. There's some superstars in here. Bandito looks like a fucking god in Mexico. Like, people are like, he's treated like a different stratosphere of wrestler when he went over there. So all the moments that he were in there were super awesome. Seeing guys like Templario in there, Volador Jr., like the Mexican standouts here really cooked. It's just a good way to get the crowd into having both the companies represented in a big match, Denise. This broke down in a lot of moments. There's people all over the place, people in the crowd. There were so many guys in this match that they couldn't be on the apron for much of the match. So I thought it was a great way to kind of introduce what the show's going to be to the crowd, and the crowd loved it.
You know who the standout for me in this match was? It was Salcedo.
Oh, yeah.
Dude had he was living in the moments. Like, you can tell he was living it up, living his best life. I actually thought Hechicero and Bandito were probably my favorite in this matchup here today. I thought they stood out the most. But when we started the match with Kanosuke Takeshita and
Takeshita and Bandito.
Yeah. When they started with Takeshita and Bandito, I thought, yo, someone I need to breathe here for a second, because this is one that I think TK needs to run back one-on-one, because that tease was not enough for me. I need a little bit more.
Yeah, seeing Takeshita in Mexico, he had a really good time. Kyle Fletcher was having a great time in there. I think Bandito, anytime he was in there. But yeah, like you said, Hechicero, he just has a different aura, as the kids would like to say, than everybody else. Like, to stand out when there's 13 other guys out there and you walk away from the match being like that guy, that's a different way to do this. The way that he be flipping guys in like a damn pancake and turn them into pretzels and lift them in different positions, like, he hits hard for a reason.
Yeah, so that was just a fun match to see. Like, that's going to be the general what you're going to hear a lot in this podcast for today, because again, we really went from match to match to match. Following this, we saw Okada versus Mark Briscoe. I thought Mark Briscoe and Okada had a different kind of a match, where I think they played more into the crowd, where like the first match, it was like, spot. This one was a little bit more character based, where they were really engaging with the audience here.
Yeah, this wasn't a spot foo match, but I knew it wasn't going to be like that, because Okada spent a good amount of time in Mexico with those excursions he would take with New Japan, and he's learned how to work that crowd. Like, he works it like a true heel, just kind of getting his spots in, selling to the crowd, talking shit to people, but just staying on Mark Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe is just classically put him in any match against any wrestler, and he's going to get over. Fans eventually got behind him when he got into his karate shtick, starts doing the crane kicks on Okada, starts doing the chops to the throat and that stuff. They exchanged their elbows. Okada has the big elbow off the top rope. Mark Briscoe has the froggy bow. But Okada, in this moment, as one-on-one wrestler, when he really needs to turn it on, he turns it on, hits a couple of those big drop kicks. Actually hit him with a tombstone, which in Mexico is crazy, and the Rainmaker for the win. I think a super great way to showcase Okada. I thought we could maybe get a Kenny Omega sighting, but we didn't. But I like this match a lot. These guys, you could put them in a match 100 times on TV, and it's going to hit every single time.
Well, talking about being put 100 times on TV and always gonna hit, we need to talk about how cool it was seeing Mystico go out there. Obviously, he's like one of the biggest draws, maybe even the biggest when it comes to drawing people, period. That is Mystico. But he had a match today against MJF, and they did the whole, America versus Mexico thing. MJF out there in the funniest. And he's still doing the tribute singlets to MVP, but he went out there in this all All America gear. He's got Uncle Sam and all of that. And I'm just like, this is hella funny. I like that we got, this very, America versus Mexico type of thing. But of course, Mystico winning this. This was via DQ though, because yeah, that's right. MJF hit him in the balls 2 times actually. That's right. I think that he should have won cleanly, but I get what they were trying to do. They were just trying to piss off the people. And yeah, you're gonna piss people off when you hit the one of the biggest draws out there ever in the balls,
Yeah, the entrance, Mystico's entrance was like legendary status. Like the way that that crowd reacts to him is like they're seeing like the second coming of Jesus. Like they seeing like this crazy an alien that was sent to Earth to wrestle specifically for them. Like this is how they look at him. When he came out, I was saying like they see this, he sells out this arena every single week. Like there's like a week goes, he sells it out again. Next week, he's gonna sell out the week after that. These guys see this man on a weekly basis. A lot of these Mexican fans, they were looking at him like this is the first time they ever saw him. That's how over this guy is. And to come out with that song, the whole crowd knows the song. They're all in for this. This feels like a Sunday night. You've been drinking with your family for the last 12 hours, and this song comes on, and everybody's into it, and everybody's singing. Like, I left my body to see this moment on this wrestling show. Like, kind of what we expected when they announced this show and what we wanted it to represent, and like what kind of big moments did you want to have. Just the entrance to this felt like this was worth all of this. Like going to Mexico, having all of this, having this big moment, this right here felt like the reason for the season. And they had a classic like heel versus face Mexican match where it's like Max just continuously tries to get heat, hits a move, goes to the turnbuckle to celebrate, hits a move, goes to the turnbuckle to talk shit, gets Mystico down, goes more to talk shit. Then he gets behind the Hurt Syndicate. That gets the crowd to hate him. Then he turns around on Mystico. But Mystico is, he can not harness the power of what this crowd is giving back to you. He harnessed that to go into go mode. Eventually got to La Mystica, and we thought that this was the end of the match, but Max comes with also kind of a classic Mexican finish, just kicks him in the balls, and the referee sees it, and the referee's like, that's it, this match is over. Not the best way. I probably wouldn't have finished the match that way, but I do understand for what they were doing with Max and what Mystico represents. You're definitely not going to beat this guy in the middle of this ring because this crowd would have jumped over the barricade and rioted on this show. You just don't want to do anything to do that.
We have a really good question here from Rafael Garcia, and he's basically asking why they reacted the way they did to Atlantis Junior and Atlantis. So basically, I would say that the situation there is, I think some of like the more of like the smarter hardcore fans, I think their reaction to this is more so that they're kind of tired in their eyes of Atlantis Jr. sort of getting handed everything,
like
because
nepo baby shit,
nepotism. Yeah. They're kind of tired of that. Even though he's good in their eyes, they feel like he's being pushed as the guy because Atlantis is his dad. So even though he's good, he's getting that pushback because again, his dad is, who his dad is. And so they kind of see it that way.
No fault of his own. He's just like reaping what how wrestling fans are. They don't like to feel, they want to feel like they made you the guy. They want to feel like, it's funny because I was talking about this earlier with Phil and a couple of different group chats because we were talking about Charlotte Flair and how she said that the Chicago has the worst fans ever. It's like, sometimes.
Wait, the worst like wrestling fans?
Yeah, Charlotte came out and said that Chicago.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, wow. Why?
Because remember that promo, the Tiffany Stratton one?
That was in Chicago?
That was Chicago, yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that was Chicago.
No, not the one. The one she came back and they booed her.
When she was talking about her injury?
Yeah, that was Chicago. So, like, there's sometimes like wrestling fans want to feel like we made you, not like the company forced us to like you, and that's how it goes. If we're being forced into something, we're gonna revolt, and that's kind of what feels like is happening with Atlantis, right?
Yeah, so I think once Atlantis Jr. has like a signature feud, or maybe he even takes someone's mask, I think that is when the crowd will start to see him differently. But I also think that they're afraid to pull the trigger on him just because they've been seeing the backlash and whatnot
Yeah.
in regards to him. But he's actually good,
Yeah,
and
he's a
he's
good
he's
worker.
such a sweet person too. I've also interviewed him too. He's a very nice guy.
Sweet young boy.
Sweet young boy. Oh my God. So we just got a massive super chat from 1916 Batman. I don't even know what we did to deserve this, but 1916 Batman. Reg, don't cry. I think Reg might cry. He says, "Thank you. Y'all are the best. Grapsity and the post show. Thanks for helping my brain chill out. I haven't been able to send super chats, just making up." Oh my, 1916 Batman, can you please let me know what your social media is? Because I would really like
1916
to
Batman.
personally thank you. Please let me know what your social media is, because I really need to personally thank you for this, because this is you got to understand is that Reg and I really understand the value of a dollar, and we really understand that people work really freaking hard to make means and to make money and to all of that. So for you to give us this is just beyond generous, and I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Reg, say something. I don't know what to say.
I don't know what the hell's happening here. I don't know why, but I just want to again say thank you, 1916 Batman. I don't know what we did to deserve this, but I will say thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm happy that we can help you in any way move forward, because you're helping us a lot. You guys are just ridiculous, the best, and I hope we have to do something for these people today. So I don't know
I know.
whatever you guys want.
What are we gonna do? What are we
Stream
gonna do,
or
Reg?
something. I don't know.
Something.
You got to do something.
I feel like
This is
saying
crazy.
thank you is not enough.
That's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Reg, show the titties.
Damn, right to titty meat? That's crazy.
This is titty money, Reg.
This is titty money. This is titty money. No doubt about it. I don't listen, Denise and I have the best time coming on to talk wrestling, talk AEW, and I feel like we're just having a good time. So to hear that you guys does this to you guys is amazing to hear, and I just again don't know what to say. It's crazy.
People are saying Red show feet.
You don't want to see these bad boys.
We're on that titty money. So
these dogs are barking.
Darkwing 19 says, "Quick, flash your forehead, Reg."
Not for this
Reg,
is more
flash
than
the forehead.
This is more than forehead money, okay?
All right, put the forehead away. Put the forehead away. It's too much. It's too much. We don't want to punish people for sending us support.
Man, come on. I'm trying to do my thing. This is.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I literally don't even know what to say. I just want to say thank you so much, 1916 Batman. Please, let me know what your username is. I would really like to reach out to you personally and extend a huge thank you to you. So please let me know in the chat here so that I can Hulk076 says, "Denise, sing a song." Oh God.
Yeah, no, we heard her rapping
Little
earlier.
S says, "Y'all should do a thank you rap." All right, you want my thank you rap? Muchas gracias from Denise and Reg. Thank you so much. We're gonna go and jump off a ledge because we're so happy.
That
wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't want to go jump off a ledge, but that's all I can think that rhymes with Reg.
Hold on. That was kind of all right, though, Denise. Wait a second. I was like, my brain was like, wait, where's she going with this? And then she said, ledge. And I was like, wait, hold on. Okay.
You see, I got this down.
Listen, I underestimated my partner. I didn't know she had it like that. I have to get her on a rap now. This is crazy.
You see, I want a solo bro in this rap.
A solo bro.
I can't breathe right now. But 1916 Batman, thank you so much. And I'll be keeping an eye out here for your your
What the
can't even
heck,
speak.
man?
Can't even speak. What are the words, Reg? What are the words
For your chat?
Instagram or Twitter or whatever
Your
you
social
have.
media handles?
Social media, any social media. We also got Omar S, who says, how is this twice in such a short period? Denise is talking about her turn-ons. Anyways, really been enjoying your content and streams. Is this twice now?
Omar,
I don't even remember what I said last time.
Life is like this. Yeah, because we talked about, what did we talk about? Because maybe when we're talking about Juicy.
Oh, yeah, that was Juicy. Yeah. Well, since we're on the topic, I also have a crush on Dr. Wagner.
Dr.
Yeah,
Wagner.
He's hot.
That
He's hot.
men's 10, I think, too. Dr. Wagner.
Men's 10. Yes, men's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some other ones that I'm like, yo, that's a 10 right there. What up?
Men's 10. Like, it being a wrestler is when being a wrestler is not the coolest thing about you, like that's what Dr. Wagner feel like. I feel like he's like, and I'm also a wrestler. You know what I mean? Like they're like, damn, dude, you're the coolest person I ever met. He's like, oh yeah, I wrestle too. Like he feels like one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those. Thank you, Omar. We got a happy JJ. Sorry, damn it, Joy. He says another fun fact: the CCO drinks Dayquil at night and NyQuil during the early morning. Every day is a colorblind opposite day holiday for him.
They're just drinks to him. He doesn't know. Like they're just liquid.
Bert Hot is here, says, hi, Denise and Reg. Bought my tickets for All In. This will be my first wrestling show, my first pay-per-view to watch live. No watch-alongs, no snippets on social. Too poor to buy pay-per-views, wealthy enough to attend them. All right, well, first of all, I think All In is a really great show to start off with. I got a chance to go to Globe Life Field for the All In press day that they had, and it was a really nice location, and it looked so pretty, and they had a roof. I think they had a roof. I think I remember a roof. Yeah, there's a roof.
There's a roof.
It was fresh in there. The area was nice. There's like a bunch of restaurants on the outside, or at least I saw one of the restaurants. So I feel like Globe Life Fields looked pretty damn cool.
Bert, you get to see Okada versus Omega live in a raucous fucking crowd. Everything else is going to be a cherry on top to that, for me at least. But this is going to be one of the best shows possibly of all time. So what a way to start your wrestling journey. Like, I can't believe my first show was like some shitty house show at Bakersfield College, the community college in Bakersfield, and you're starting out with this. So what a way.
Mine was UPW, Ultimate Pro Wrestling in Anaheim. That one wasn't shitty. That one was pretty all right.
No, yeah, they had good workers there. You probably saw Samoa Joe.
I don't remember who was on that part. I know for sure Rocky Romero was on that card, actually. Rocky was on that card.
What year was it?
Christian. Fuck, I don't know. I gotta look for it.
Oh, I know, that was the one.
You know what? I've posted it up on Twitter before. I even posted the card. So if I search on Twitter, I'll probably find it.
That was the one with Kurt Angle too?
No, I don't think Kurt was there. No, I don't think Kurt was there. But I'll look for the card. We got JJ here who says happy JJ. Sorry, damn it, it's Joy.
Again, you said it 2 times in a row.
No, he says the inspiration returned to TNA. If only Harley Cameron can sing their theme song live someday. Only in a perfect world. I do like Harley singing.
World. She's the best.
We got Hugs for Not 20 Drugs who says Hologram should have won gold instead of pesos. That was a match that we got to get into too. Ricochet versus Leo Rush versus Máscara Dorada versus Hologram in a 4 million pesos 4-way. I have a question, Reg.
Yes.
Dude, I feel like, okay, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was a wrestler, and I was told I was in a 4 million pesos 4-way match, I would be going to the back and being like, yo, TK, where my 4 million pesos at?
First of all, you're not going to be able to get past TK security. And if you do, he's going to say, what the fuck are you doing in here? Get out of here.
Screw kayfabe. I don't give a damn. I want my 4 million pesos.
He's going to be like, get the fuck out of my office. No, if you were ready for the spot foo, which part of the show was going to be the flips and going to be the spins, Dorada, Ricochet, Leo Rush, and Hologram, these guys went in there and they flipped. Hologram, if you watch the watch along, I just kept saying Hologram is so fast. His feet when he runs were moving so fast. I was like, the guys have to he has to slow down to get to catch up to Ricochet and fucking Lio Rush. How can somebody slow down to go as fast as them? That's how fast this guy moves. He's unbelievable. I can't believe all the things that he does on a weekly basis. What an incredible wrestler. I'm so happy that AEW created their own superhero. He's crazy. Dorada is like, some of the moves that he did in this match are, my brain can't comprehend. Like, I think I'm watching a video. Like, this is like Xbox. Like, you can't, like, a real person can't move like that. And that's some of the moves that were going on in this. Ricochet, one of the greatest flippers of all time, was like just not flipping because that's how good he is. But he did do a couple flips in this, and it was awesome. And I love the space that Lio Rush exists in Mexico, because they feel a type of way about him because he's been there before. He has kind of like a rapport with the crowd, and the way that he works and moves in Mexico is just different. This match was super awesome. If you were just like, I don't care about stories, I don't care about none of that shit, I just want to see some luchadors and some American wrestlers fucking flip, this is the match for you.
We have John Taylor here who says, at 1916, Batman is both the hero we needed and deserved tonight.
Bat signal is up, dude. Bat signal is up.
I'm about to go get a Batman tattoo, bro.
Honestly, crazy.
John Taylor also says, Reg, bust out your... I can't... So I don't like saying that word,
you
by
like
the
say
way.
Chi-Chis?
I don't like saying that word. For all the pesos.
I think because, like, my best friend was Mexican for like the first half of my life. Like, I heard Chi-Chis before I heard like titties or red.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
Like, that was my, like, I thought they were called Chi-Chis for like a while. I was like, that's what they're called, I think.
Stop saying it.
Chi-Chis. Like, they're called Chi-Chi.
It.
And it's so funny because, like, out of context, you're like, that's nothing. You know what I mean?
No,
out of context.
It sounds so inappropriate
in context, to me. It's hilarious.
It's like, just those words. You know how some people don't like the word moist?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a word I don't like.
But, like, if you don't know, Denise, like, if you don't know what you're saying, you're just like...
Yeah. Because there's I think some people, like, there's people that name their dogs this.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen dogs name this.
Yeah,
or, like, restaurants and stuff. And I'm like, yo, in my language, it's something else.
It don't mean titties in other cultures. They're just like, no, shit. There's people named Chi-Chi. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, those are titties.
I think that's why I get so uncomfortable around it, because when I was a little kid, you know, little kids would be like, show your, you know, your what? And I'd be like,
show your Chi-Chis. I didn't know that was like a Latino thing for a long time. But I was like around so many Latinos. Of course I didn't know, because they were just saying it to each other.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always felt like super weird. Ben Sneffer says Denise needs a rap name.
Dee, she already has it.
No, Didi's not a rapper.
Who says?
Can I be the big D?
No, the connotations, like searching for it, the
D,
looking for the D, rolling in the D.
Actually, I should be DMs, because that's my initials, DMS. DMs.
Oh, okay. I kind of like, that's kind of hard.
That's a great rap
I was
name.
like, wait a
DMs.
second, that's kind of hard though. Oh, here comes
and
DM.
You know what my whole gimmick would be as a rapper? You know how like celebrities, when they promote their new album, they do like a video or something, right? They post it on social media. No, I'm gonna do all my promotion via DMs. So I will DM all the fans and be like, here's my new rap album.
And you got a gimmick too, Denise. You're on your way. You got the gimmick to go with it. We make it
exactly. All my news would break on DMs. And then the fans would have to like post it up themselves, like the stan accounts. And then that's when the websites would pick it up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, see, marketing. They don't be thinking on this level. That's what the DMs do.
Exactly. We got John Taylor here who says Ospreay just posted on Twitter that he lost his that he lost his grandfather this morning, and that they were close. Just want to send out some love to Will Ospreay and fam. And right now it's such a happy time for Will, since he just got engaged to Alex. Right. Alex Windsor. Congratulations to the both of them. So that's
should
very
be a joyous time in his life.
Yeah.
And then this type of thing happens. Sending love out to Ospreay. It seems like family's super important to him, so he needs some support in this time right now.
And he still showed up for work and did.
He still showed up and fucking killed it. He was wrestling. I wouldn't have known, you know.
I wouldn't have known either. Exactly, because he went out there, he did his job, and did the thing. John, thank you for letting us know. We got Mike here who says, y'all remember that when Reg, say the word.
The Mone Chi-Chis?
Yes, that went viral a long time ago. I hated those damn things. Yeah, they're the little dolls, right? My sister
Yeah.
has those.
Everybody
She
be
has
talking
those.
about the Mone Chi-Chis, and they're just like, oh
Now
no.
it's freaking Labubu. Have you seen Labubu?
What is
Wait, is it Labubu? It's Labubu, right?
we don't have time at all, but what is this?
Okay, so Labubus are these really like they're everywhere, dude. All over, I'd be seeing Labubus. But I also learned because I recently learned about
What
Labubus.
are
like,
they?
They're dolls. They're these little
Okay.
creepy dolls. They're ugly, but they've gone viral. They're everywhere.
do you
Like
do
I
with
see
them?
nothing. They're just trinkets. I see like Labubu cakes, Labubu dolls everywhere. Labubus are everywhere, right? So get this. I also found out that so there's a mall in Ontario. Was it Ontario Mall? I don't remember if it was Ontario Mall or the Glendale Galleria. It was one of those malls. I forget which one, but they had to shut it down, the whole mall, because people went to go get Labubus. And so many people showed up for the new drop of $60. By the way, it's $60 for a Labubu, that they had to shut down the mall because of how many people showed up to get the brand new Labubus. And guess what I found out? That if you can't afford Labubus, you can get a knockoff Labubu, and it's called, I think it's Lafufu. I'm pretty sure the knockoff is Lafufu. There's a knockoff.
I'm not hating on anybody for spending $60 on a fucking
Labubus?
doll. Like I'm with you. But the fact that people are just following along, like it's not because I like Labubus, it's just because everybody else like Labubus. That's what takes me out of it.
It's a popular thing, yes.
Yeah,
if you're a kid, you're gonna want a Labubu right now.
If everybody's just like Labubus are dope, it's lit, I'm with you. But it's like I have to because other people are doing it. That's what takes me out of it. When people are on the Stanley Cups, and I'm like, you're not even doing it for like if you were like, I really fucks with Stanley Cups, I have to do this, then I'm with you. But you're just like, I'm a sheep that has to follow this. Everybody's getting Labubu, so I have to get one. You're not embarrassed of yourself?
I want to get a Lafufu, a knockoff Labubu.
Do they have Labubus that fit into your Crocs?
Probably. I'm sure they do. Dude, go to watch. Once you learn of Labubus, you start to see them everywhere. That's what happened to me. I'm not kidding you. I've been seeing them everywhere now. They have Labubu donut shops here.
Just drop the meteor on us. We're done. I think we're done.
Did you hear me? Labubu donuts.
I think we did it all. Just drop it on us. Wipe us out. Start all over. Just start from new. Do it just like they did the dinosaurs.
Nah, I don't want to be part of that.
Wipe us out.
We got Francis here who says in Dragon Ball, Goku's wife is called finish
Chi-Chi.
the blank. Yeah, there you go. You see what I'm saying? I wonder if they knew that that's what they were naming her. Stop it, Reg.
I'm sure Chi-Chi's goes back. I'm sure them Chi-Chi's drop down. I'm sure the Chi-Chi's are a long time.
This is supposed to be a wrestling podcast. We're fucking talking about Labubu.
Labubu.
See what I mean? Labubu's everywhere. That we're even talking about Labubu.
Oh my God. I hate it here.
We got Ben Steffer here who says you will have to watch Ring of Honor Bryan Danielson appearance. Oh shit, Bryan Danielson. He's gonna be on Ring of Honor. That's great because he's gonna be there for All In. Yeah.
I know that Bryan and Chris Hero were at the show last night, so that's dope to see him there in the arena. Wish he was like active in wrestling too, but you know, you can't always get what you want.
All right. By the way, there's a lot of people in our chat who do not know about Labubu.
Oh, Labubu is a breaking news to them, huh?
Yes, this is Labubu, guys. What you're seeing here on the screen.
You've probably seen this before.
These dolls right here, these ugly little funky dolls are
They're like
Labubu.
trolls back in the days.
They're not even cute though. That's okay. This one's like a little cute. I probably would buy this one. This one's.
And then you just collect them, and you're like, I have the most
really
Labubus.
Cute with the little overalls. Oh shit, Reg! I'm gonna get myself a Labubu.
Oh no, you're a Labubu boo. What do they call it, Labubuers?
I don't know, but hold on.
What do they call the Labubuers?
Hold on, Labubu knockoff. Labubu knockoff name is wait, is it Lafufu?
And they know you got the fake Labubu too. They're like, let me see your Labubu.
Yeah, Lafufu. Okay, so you're seeing it right here. This is the Lafufu, and this is Labubu.
So the Lafufu's smaller and a little bit meaner.
Yeah. All right. Well,
What happened to us? What happened to real people?
I don't know. But yes, guys, these are very, very popular. They're everywhere. I'm telling you, they got Labubu I wonder if I can find the Labubu donuts because I've seen. Yeah, there you go. Look, Labubu donuts, Labubu cakes, like they're everywhere.
Labubu cakes.
All right, I'm done with freaking Labubu. I've already given it too
Unbelievable.
much love
What
and
a
attention.
terrible world. We're not sponsored by Labubus either. We don't got no
No.
Labubus out here.
Happy Joy says Patty LaBelle just remixed a line from her Lady Marmalade song. It's called
Chi 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 yeah 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 yeah. The issue is that's a really good joke. Happy joy. Boo boo and black culture is taking a shit.
Is it what?
When
That's
people
slang
say,
for it?
in black culture, when you say boo boo, that means taking a shit. So it's
Wait.
always
So
for
if
my
you say I'm gonna go take a boo boo,
you're
is that
going
how
to
you
take
would
a
say
shit.
it? I gotta go
Yeah.
boo boo.
I gotta go boo boo. That's a
Wait,
real
for
thing.
reals?
So when I growing up, when white people be like, I got a boo boo, like talking about like a scar, we always are talking about taking a shit. So when you say I got a boo boo, we're like, oh, you gotta go take a shit. In black culture, boo boo means shit. So every time when I'm hearing Labubu, I'm like, y'all are nasty. What the fuck's going on here?
Wait, I was
I need to go
today's years
take a
old when I
Labubu.
learned this.
Yeah, that's black as hell. Boo boo.
I
I gotta
did
take a boo boo.
not know that. Okay, wait, would it be inappropriate if I start saying that?
No, that's not. It's
Can
not
I
like
go
one of
around
those
being
like
like, I'm gonna go take a boo boo?
yeah, it's not one of those like you can't say it if you're not black.
Right, that's what I'm asking. Do
That's
I
an
have
out to the world
permission
one.
to use?
No, you
Because
got
that
it.
sounds so much cuter, though. I'd rather be walking around saying, "Oh, I gotta go boo boo." That's cute. It's cute.
What have I done?
It's so cute.
I gotta go boo boo. Oh
Tell
my
me,
god, I am right back to 1996. Life is crazy.
That's gonna be my new thing. No more. I gotta go to the potty. I gotta go
Nope.
boo boo.
Gotta go boo boo. He in there boo booing.
This is something you should have told me a long time ago.
How would this come up, Denise? I don't know.
Happy Joy also says, what do you call ghost poop? Boo boo.
A boo boo.
Wait, so is that why you guys call it that, or no?
I don't know what it stems from. Like it's old. Like I'm knowing it from like the late 80s, so I'm sure it predates that.
That's wild. All right, we
Yeah.
got Sick Boy here who says this has been the most squirrel show ever. I absolutely for it. Thank you, Denise and Reg. I don't know what that means either. Squirrel? What do you mean when you say squirrel?
I don't
Squirrel
know.
and playing.
Denise and I have been talking for 4 hours almost, and we've been everywhere. Squirrel. See, I want to learn something new. What does that mean?
Here it goes. According to AI, it says squirrel and squirrely can have multiple slang meanings, often related to the animal's behavior. It can refer to someone who is energetic, playful, or busy, but also to someone who is scatterbrained, unpredictable, or even reckless. Yeah, that sounds like us.
This is a squirrel show for sure. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
That's our new mascot, Squirrel. Squirrel.
Pretty accurate. I'll go with that.
We got, thank you, Sick Boy. We got John Taylor here who says, let's do some quick math. You're gonna have to read this one, Reg.
If you take DD minus 1, you get Chi Chi. DD minus 1 is Chi Chi.
Okay, time to go finish painting. Good night, DWO, says John Taylor. Thank you, John. We got Hugs for Not 20 Drugs who says, what happens to win matters? Hologram should have been in a title match, and this would have meant more. CMLL didn't shine. Hologram is from Mexico. I think this was more so about AEW shining in Mexico because that's what they were there to see. You know, they don't see AEW performers often.
The last night CMLL shine. I think the guys that represented CMLL shine. I don't know if I would agree. But I mean, I think there should be more for Hologram.
By the way, we got to get into this main event. Also, thank you so much to Hugs for Not 20 Drugs to got us back into the wrestling here. We got the main event of today was John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, the Beast Mortos, the Young Bucks versus Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs. My favorite part, the meat, the carne. Powerhouse Hobbs and it was Powerhouse Hobbs and the Beast Mortos that got no wait. Was it Beast Mortos and Samoa Joe or Beast Mortos and Powerhouse Hobbs?
Yes,
both of them, right?
Yep.
All of that part was my favorite part right then and there. Some great stuff with Will Ospreay and the Bucks as well. That really stood out to me too. So this was just a fun, that's the thing about today's show. Like, I don't know that many storylines were moved forward. Maybe a
Right.
couple, because we did have Hangman confront John Moxley and that type of stuff, and Tony and Mercedes.
I
But
wasn't
this
going
was
into this for that though.
right. This wasn't
Yeah.
really like a Dynamite. This wasn't your normal Dynamite.
No, I was going expecting a big kind of spectacle, a big show like these two companies coming together, and this is what we got. I honestly think the best part of the main event was the entrances. Just hearing like Hobbs, hearing Ospreay, hearing Swerve get those big pops in Mexico is like they could got booed out of the building. Like you don't know how you're gonna be accepted in this place, and for this crowd to be like, "Nah, we fucks with y'all," and be super loud for it, like that made everything else fucking cherry on top for me. Like the match could have been nothing and it would have been dope for me, but seeing a lot of my favorite wrestlers compete at the highest level, never going to be mad at that. Never going to be mad at seeing the Bucks, never going to be mad at seeing Hobbs, never going to be mad at seeing Ospreay and Swerve. I think Ospreay, the story of the main event was the teamwork of Ospreay and Swerve. Seems like they could be setting up a match with them and the Young Bucks, so showing that if they do get into that match, what type of action we're going to get. I'm super excited about that. Like that being added to the all-in card is going to be a sleeper match. Saying that with these four guys attached is crazy, but like Okada and Omega are going to wrestle. So really looking forward to that. Like you said, Denise, Samoa Joe, Beast Mortos going at it. One-on-one match already. I don't care. I just want to see it now, especially with them. Just a little bit of work that they did in this match today. I was like, oh, it's fucking lit. This is on fire. Great way to showcase the top stars of AEW. I thought in this main event, having Hangman come out at the end to a massive pop also to confront John Moxley was great. Having them get a little bit of physical was awesome. I think this is a really fun way to end the show.
One of the things that you mentioned that I just realized was that throughout this entire show, we got a bunch of teases of matches we haven't seen that now we're like, okay, we need this. And we didn't even realize we hadn't seen it because we hadn't seen it.
Right.
So there was a lot of that today. Actually, really funny comment here from Glenn Shelton who says, Reg learned Spanish, Denise learned street.
Listen, I gotta give up some too. I can't just be taking all the knowledge. I gotta impart my boo-boo knowledge onto the new.
I imparted my Labubu knowledge.
You Labubu knowledge and my boo-boo knowledge together.
We got Happy Joy Tinky Winky Nudge Nudge who says the IWC fans from Italy also say I read
it at Chi-Chi.
Jesus, guys, y'all are killing me here. You're killing me.
I touch it at Chi-Chi.
Stop it. I feel so uncomfortable saying that word. Like, I can't even say it at all. Like, it just doesn't come out. Thank you, something. Thank you so much, Happy Joy. Alrighty, with that being said, guys, I think that is our show for today. I know this wasn't a heavy on wrestling show, but that's where the wind took us.
Yep.
Thank you. I can't even begin to thank everybody, but thank you so much to everybody who comes into the shows, watches, subscribes, tunes in. Even if you're here for just a couple of minutes, we really appreciate you guys. Just a heads up to everybody this Friday. I do not think I'm doing a SmackDown watch along this Friday because I am going to be traveling to New York tomorrow. I'm going to be covering Fanatics Fest. I'm going to be there for the press conference. I'm going to try to interview some fans. I don't think I'm getting actual interviews because I've basically been told that the talent is like super busy, Reg. Like they got a zillion things that they're doing that I don't even think they're going to have time for media. Like that's how busy they got the talent there. So I'm going to hopefully get the press conference and just kind of have a good time and see what I find. I'm hoping to kind of chat with some fans and also maybe get some cool footage and just the overall experience of Fanatics Fest. So it'll be a little bit different from what I normally do, but keep an eye out for that coverage as well. We also got Baritz VQ here who says,
oh, sick.
I was at the show tonight. Holy shit, what a night. Yo, I'm so glad you got to be there. You're the first person I see here that got a chance to be at the show. So we're hella jealous. Yeah.
Damn, that shit looked fire. What a great show to be able to go to in Mexico. Unbelievable.
Happy JJ. You're gonna have to read this one, Reg.
What's Michael Jackson's favorite pronoun? Chi-Chi.
I can't. I'm dead. I can't. Alrighty, everyone. Reg, what do you got going on?
Grapsity this week. Something else. I don't know.
That's
been a
it?
long
All
day.
right, guys. Yeah. All right. And last but not least, before we head out, since you're already here right now, you're already on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the new YouTube channel, it's the Clips channel that I've got going on. It's Denise's Pieces. I'm going to post a link in the chat box. It's also in the
Denise's
description box below.
Pieces.
Check out Denise's Pieces. Subscribe. Alrighty,
Denise's
everyone. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate
Pieces.
you all. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Denise's Pieces.